It's a lyric from the song Reelin', which is a song just about like, just kind of like things that are like out of your control, or like circumstances that are like happening that are bigger than you and like anything you're involved in, and just kind of like, you know, that you have no control over. So it's just kind of like a. So I wrote that line, swirling fire burning through the ride. It's just like this uncontrollable destruction, just like this big thing that you can't do nothing about.
I kind of.
And then it was Pat's idea for the.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I thought of it as an album title. I don't know what Pat was thinking about when he wrote it. I thought about Catcher in the Rye when I heard it. It's rye field just kind of on fire. Yeah. And like in that book it's like about like innocence. And so swirling fire through the rye just being this like indestructible end of innocence.
I see, like a coming of age or something.
Yeah. And so I don't know. I think we're thinking about San Francisco. That's where we're at. And I've kind of, or to me, it's just kind of, for me, I'm kind of thinking about like, at the time we were writing the album and recording the album, it was this whole thing about San Francisco's changing, and it just kind of feels like the hammer coming down. Party's over. And part of it is kind of like where we're at, like how old we are. It's like the beginning of adulthood, and so just like reality coming down. It's what I think about. I'm not the one who wrote it. But I thought it's open for interpretation, and I thought it'd be a cool title for the album because I thought that theme kind of went through all the songs on the album.
Yeah.
It was October. October is when we started recording.
Yeah.
2013.
Yeah.
We probably spent like a month just going there 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
2 or 3 times a week, recording it as his place in San Rafael.
Yeah.
And yeah, we recorded all there, did it live to tape. And then it took about...
We had a couple
I mean-
folks try their hands at mixing it. and
Yeah,
stuff
we tried mixing it, it
before
took a
we
couple
settled with
times.
one.
We settled with this dude, Mikey Young from
Total Control.
Total Control. And he just like hit it out of the park when we heard it.
Yeah.
So it took... The entire thing, when getting the masters back, probably took about like 8 months.
The whole thing kind of felt like a little prolonged the whole time because after we recorded it, we didn't know what it was going to be called.
We didn't know what labels
We didn't know what we were thinking. We were kind of trying to shop it around. We didn't know what the album art was going to be, and the mixes we had ended up not even being the mixes that they were. And so even after we finished recording it, it was still like a long ways away from being ready to come out.
As a product.
Exactly.
As a finished product. And so it took a year between recording and releasing it, just to get all that stuff sorted. And then once we had all that stuff lined up, you gotta wait for the test press.
Yep.
Yeah.
Delays at the plant and whatnot.
Yeah.
What's up,
And so, but we started talking to Sonny about recording it with him right before we did it, but we played with him around the city a few times and had met him that way, which was really cool because he was someone who we had listened to and had admired, and we were really stoked to be playing shows with him. And he knew Arvell,
Who runs Empty Cellar.
who does the label. And so when it came time to record, I think it's probably Arvell's suggestion
Yeah.
to try to do it with Sonny.
Yeah. Because Arvell, he's the same guy, he set us up with Tim Cohen from Fresh and Onlys for the first album.
Okay.
And so it's been cool that we've been lucky that we've been able to work with like both people.
Yeah,
That's
it's been good being with Arvell. He's definitely someone who's been involved with music in San Francisco for a long time,
Right.
and so he knew exactly the people that we admired and wanted to come to San Francisco to kind of commingle with to begin with.
Right.
Happened to be the people that Arvell knew, and so that was really cool.
Yeah, you kind of you found your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, and I'm really happy and stoked that all these people accepted us
Yeah.
in that way.
Yeah.
And so it was cool recording with Sonny, and we got to know him better through that. I feel more comfortable just hitting him up for anything now
Yeah.
Right.
because of that.
mean, there was a point. There's one, like, there's a vocal melody in the mile in the very middle that we just kind of had bapas at first, and then
kind of like this placeholder.
Yeah, this placeholder of a melody,
Yeah.
and then Sonny was like, "What if you?" It was like the producer moment. He was like, "What if you did like something that only you guys can do?" Like,
Yeah,
and
that's how he phrased it.
And he just sang like this melody, and it was like, "All right, we'll do that."
And then within like 2 minutes, we came up with the 3-part harmony for it.
Yeah,
But it's it's this section in the middle of the song "The Mile," where there's like these oohs, and that was all Sonny's idea.
yeah,
Before we had kind of this just like one note like ba 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 thing going on, and he suggested we do like that ooh thing there.
Yeah.
That felt like a moment of discovery.
yeah,
For the most part, though, some of those songs were pretty old when we went in to record them.
Yeah.
Like, we've been playing them for maybe, like, a year. Because, I mean, that's, like we were saying, it takes a year to get a record out after you record it.
Yeah.
And in that year, you're writing new stuff, and we're playing them at shows. And so, some of the material, like, when we went in there, we knew exactly how it went already. And so, and Sonny is very kind of laissez-faire in his approach, I think. He's just kind of go with the flow. And so, and a refrain of his was kind of like, it's your record. He would give his input, but he's kind of like, it's your record, you know how the songs go. So a lot of and we were tracking it live. We had a given amount of time that we wanted to do it in, so we'd go through the tracks. But then there were some things that weren't quite done. There were like a few things, like on the closing track, Sweet Rain, in the intro, he was like, why don't you really play that riff for like a long time before it kicks,
Stretch it out a bit.
Before it kicks in. Stretch it out a bit. And he just kind of like encouraged us to be like patient on that.
patience all around. I feel like that's his thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like take it easy, don't stress about it. It's like I don't know.
He's a really mellow guy to work with.
Yeah, it was more about like getting the right feeling when you're recording, especially when you're doing it live. To just where everyone's comfortable, so you just play your best.
Was it a benefit for him for these songs to be more fresh to him, for a better perspective? Since you've been playing for most of the year.
I think it always helps to have like an outside ear to, you know, give input, especially when it's like somebody like Sonny or Tim Cullen. Yeah, I mean, or anybody really, because it's, you know, they're your songs and you play them, you hear them so much and you play them so much, you know, it's nice to get like a fresh set of ears to to hear them for the first time and give you their thoughts. So definitely valuable to have those people around.
What tracks stand out for you, and which songs do you like to play live?
I think my favorite track off the album might be Reelin'. Just because it's I feel like it's different than other tracks we've done. It's minor. We hardly have any songs in a minor key, and I like the earnestness of that song. I feel like it's a different look than we'll usually give. And I think it's a very concise song, which I appreciate. And as far as live tracks, New Moon is something, because it's got that big jam in the middle.
Yeah.
So it's like a nice staple to have for the live set. Cause
it's fun playing.
It's always different fun to play.
Each jam is different when we play it live.
So you change it up a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Even on the record, that was
improvised.
That's that take that we took.
Right. That's cool.
Yeah, so that one's always really fun to play. And I feel like, I don't know, we've been hearing each other a lot more when we play it live. Or taking note to kind of listen more.
Yeah.
And try new things. I don't know.
It's a good song to play as a band, because then you have to you know, like the subtle cues and when, as the music's kind of like moving, you know when the jam stops and you know, when everything comes back together. So it makes us tighter each time we play it.
Yeah.
It's
been
working on it.
difficult.
Yeah.
We've been trying to work on it,
Yeah.
and we've had ideas, and they didn't really work out.
I'm making one now.
Yeah.
Here's one.
Hopefully by early next year.
We want to have one. You know, we're gonna hit the road in March. We want to have one before then. So
Oh, that's good.
that's what we're shooting for.
Figure something out.
Yeah, I do love your press photos.
Oh yeah,
God,
okay.
they're so good.
Our friend, Jacqueline Smith did them. She's one of our friends. I met her at San Francisco State. Man, her photography is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
It really brings the essence of the band.
I
itself.
guess.
Yeah.
I feel like we're pretty uncomfortable in front of the camera,
Yeah, we
and
just
so that kind of. But
Really?
I think that like generally like we're kind of uncomfortable in front of the camera, and so we end up kind of doing something goofy, and it can be like good or it can be not so good.
Yeah.
But
I would rather us be like that than be like a bunch of like too
Oh,
cool,
yeah.
fucking suave motherfuckers.
yeah. I feel like if you, by letting people know that you're not comfortable in front of the camera, it kind of like communicates this kind of like genuineness, maybe.
Well, that's
That's
cool.
what I think.
Maybe it's like kind of like a smirk going on.
But she's a good friend. So
There
it's
is
very
one
comfortable.
of the photos that's only been used a handful of times out of like the set of press photos we give everybody. One of them makes Ryan look like a fucking Don, and we're all just kind of like standing around him like we're like his like thugs, like his henchmen.
See?
And there's one where it's just Ryan and he's just like he's kind of standing in the middle and he's kind of just like, and we're all just kind of like like this is our guy. And it looks like he's just like.
See, there's
the
one.
fucking
I'm just gonna
boss.
get beat up.
There's like, see, because like there's one I like that no one else likes, and that's one where we're all sitting down on the log, and it kind of looks like I just like farted really big, and like it looks like, and like Pat and Ryan are like super like shifty eyed, and I think that one's funny because like we look bad. We look bad. That's why I like it. In that one where Ryan looks like the Don, it's like, why are you acting so tough?
I don't know.
You're not tough.
And just like
I'm
ended
not.
up, like coming off
It was like
that.
the split second where I was moving between faces.
It's like you look in Ryan's eyes in that photo and he's just saying like, yeah, fuck it. See that.
Because Ryan's the nicest guy, but if, like,
I mean, if you're
you're fucking sharp. Like, you'll say some sharp ass, mean ass shit like behind closed doors.
behind closed doors.
Because you're smart. And, like, and you know, like, when someone's, like, bullshit.
Right.
Yeah.
But,
But the time you killed somebody in Vancouver,
Yeah.
that was sharp, dude.
Oh man.
So for that fart picture, that was an moment.
That was an
that was an
that was an
Ah.
uh-oh moment.
There was also, like, a really nice one that was too ridiculous to use, where Pat was, like, crouching down and, like going like this. And it was, like, a blessed, like, very spiritual. And we are very spiritual.
as well.
Thank you.
What about the tour? Is there any tour going on? Or?
We're planning
In
on
March.
March for like a full US one. Currently
We've-
booking it.
Yeah, we've started kind of putting that together this week, and so far so good.
It's be good. We're gonna hit South by and also Tree Fort up in
Boise.
Oh,
And then
cool.
going to the East Coast for the first time before we go to Austin. So that'll be really cool. We left the
This will be our longest.
It'll be our longest. It'll be 4 weeks. The longest we've done so far has been 2 weeks. And so just kind of figuring all that out. It's hard taking that much time off from San Francisco.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Yeah, all of us like work.
And we work.
You've been saving that for a while.
Yeah.
But we're gonna. It needs to happen. We need
Yeah.
to get out. We need to get out to the rest of the country. And so March is when it'll happen. Between now and then, we got some good things in the Bay Area too. We got Great American in January with the Fresh and Onlys,
Oh,
and that'll be like a
Folk Yeah anniversary show.
Yeah.
It's like a 10-year.
Folk Yeah, the like promotion company, I guess. It's their 10-year anniversary, so they're doing I think a number of shows, but this one we're doing is at Great American with Fresh and Only's Mr. Elevator in the Brain Hotel from LA,
they're good.
and a band called Fine Points.
It's like members of Sleepy Side. I think
I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. And then just kind of trying to write more and all
All
that.
right. Any last words? Anything I forgot to mention, or you want to add to the interview?
No.
Yeah.
We're good.
Good. So how did you guys start?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks a lot, you guys. I appreciate it very
For
much.
sure.
I've been chasing you down for 12 months.
Yeah. Finally happened. We did it.